Hello and welcome back. Welcome back to my channel. I know I haven't posted in a while, but it's just because I've been busy with other things, and Battlefield has honestly not really been piquing my interest. I'm coming back now to talk about Sewer Reef and how it has piqued my interest and how it's made everything else in the game shit. And compared everything, every other map in the game pales in comparison to Sewer Reef. And I know everybody thinks that. Everybody thinks the same thing. It's the best map. It brought a lot of players back. Everybody enjoys looking at the water, seeing the crisp, beautiful shoreline of Sewer Reef, and not having to fight in a fucking dank, blue, fucking dirty ass, dusty ass corridor. Fucking elbow to elbow, ass to ass with your fellow teammate. You know, it's nice to be able to spread out and to avoid tanks and to fucking flank across the map or just drive a boat all the way around the fucking map if you want to. Go cap A if you really wanted to. If nobody's on A, you have a fucking clear shot to A, one way or the other. You don't have to see anybody the whole game if you don't want to. I mean, you will, but if that was your choice to be a sniper and not be anywhere near another person the whole game, you could do that. But in any other map, you are forced into engagements. You are forced, to play like a Call of Duty player. You are forced to play like a Call of Duty player, and that's just exactly what they wanted. They were trying to be the next Call of Duty, and they failed, and now they're being Battlefield again, right? Which they should have done from the beginning. And I hope that all these lessons here correlate into the next Battlefield game, so that way they understand that, hey, don't release the battle royale, don't be behind the trend, don't copy other games. Be Battlefield. Do what you guys do best and be Battlefield, okay? Because the rest of this shit is not it. It's not working, right? And everybody else feels the same way. Sewer Reef is one of the best maps in the game right now. I enjoy playing it, but the thing is you can only play it for so long. I mean, we have another 2 weeks until phase 2 of season 4 drops, and all it's gonna bring is Wake Island. Wake Island is, not a very big map anyway, or to begin with. So we're essentially just getting another filler small map, which sucks. I hope in the next season, season 5, they're gonna bring us big maps, more big maps, because I'm so sick and tired of playing on small maps. I'm sick and tired of playing on fucking weird color schemed maps. I don't understand what their vision was for these specific maps, like fucking Liberation Peak, Gold Mud. No, it's not Gold Mud. Fucking, what is it? Firestorm. Like, why are you guys making it look so like different? Like, why can't it all be similarly colored? Like a brick wall in one map looks fucking blue and a brick wall in the other map looks fucking red. I Be uniform, and they can't be uniform because there's just so many people working, too many cooks in the kitchen, right? And the game has just become a bundled mess of all these different types of ideas and all these different people working on it. So it's just not good, right? It's not good. It doesn't have a cohesive element to it, and it's just not a very good Battlefield game. Not right now, at least. I don't know if we'll ever get to that point where it's a good Battlefield game, because they're drip feeding us. The content is coming out so slow. They're just literally pissing out content onto us, and we're here like thirsty little hamsters at their water dispenser, like la, 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 la. Like, we can't get enough of this. And that's the only way that they can get us to come back, with the FOMO of the content, of the missing core features, the core features that they didn't want to give to us in the first place. They never had any intention of bringing a server browser. Portal was the server browser. They never had any intention of bringing bigger maps to the game. They never had any intention of bringing naval warfare to the game. Otherwise, it would have just fucking been there. And if it wasn't there, because it wasn't there, that just shows us where the direction was going and where the resources were being allocated. And I can't wait until this game is all said and done, and we, hopefully, or I don't know, maybe there'll be some kind of tell-all, some kind of, an employee that comes out and just says, "Hey, like this is what went on with the development cycle of Battlefield 6, and these are the people who got fired in the beginning and when they did the big realignment." Because I am dying to know what the fuck was going through their head when they were making the game, why the pivot in direction, once the game was out, and how. I just want to know what they're doing with all this information and why it's taking so fucking long to implement this shit. It's not a good look for EA. It's not a good look for Battlefield Studios. And if this is, I don't know if I said this before already, but if this is any indication of how Battlefield 7 is going to be, I will not be purchasing the game. I mean, you might as well have just bought BF6 fucking right now. You'd have been way better off buying BF6 right now than when the fucking big ass hype train was going on during the beta. I mean, if you don't learn that from what just happened, then you're just a fucking dumb idiot who has rocks for brains. And that's as nice as I can put that. I certainly learned my lesson. And like I said, when the next Battlefield game comes out, I'm not pre-ordering it. I am not buying it, the first month in, unless I actually see that there is content to be had and things to do in the game. Because if it's just like, oh, run around and shoot everybody endlessly and get shot in the side, back, and in your fucking ear 20 times in a row, it's like, from every corridor, any which way, well, then I don't think that's going to be a very fun game, and I'm not going to play it for too long. I mean, it has no substance, like these older games, like the ports that just came out for Black Ops 1 and 2 on the PS5, they have substance. They have things to do. They have challenges. They have things that are built into the fucking game. They're not weekly challenges. They're not daily challenges. These are challenges that were already planned out. They are already in the fucking game. If you want to go do a Tomahawk challenge to get a certain calling card or an emblem piece or whatever the fuck, you can do that. You can look at your challenges and you can go do that. But with Battlefield 6, it's all, FOMO, weekly challenges. Oh, weekly challenge number 750, get 10 headshots with SMGs. It's like, come on, like, what kind of bullshit is that? And what do you get? XP? XP doesn't even fucking matter at this point. What is the rank? Somebody's rank in Battlefield 6 really even tell you? That they just put more fucking hours in the game, that they're a fucking sweat? That's all it tells you. It tells you the level of sweat that you are. Because once I see a level 300 or a level 400 in the game, you just know it's not going to be a good time. And especially if they're on PC and you're on fucking Blackwell Fields domination, you have all controller players on your team, you are fucked. You are F-U-C-K-E-D fucked. And another bigger problem with Battlefield 6 is just the balance. And a lot of people are like, oh, it's a casual game. It's not a casual game. And Battlefield Studios and EA know that. And they're fucking fence sitting about it because it's not a casual game. FPS shooters, and I'm taking this from an Enders video. FPS shooters are inherently competitive. You can't fucking have an FPS shooter and say like, oh, it's a casual shooter, unless it's Call of Duty, because Call of Duty doesn't have team play in it. There is, with the gadgets, you can have team play. One guy running trophy system, the other guy running shock charges and area denial shit. You can have team play, but you don't have to. In Battlefield 6, you have to fucking have team play. You have to have people spotting. You have to have engineers taking out tanks, and you have to have, you don't really have to have assault, but it's nice to have assaults to put down spawn beacons so that way you don't have to fucking run or drive for 5 minutes to get to the objective. You have to have team play, and the thing is that casual people don't do team play. Call of Duty players most of them do not do team play unless they're playing in league play or they're playing, whatever, league play, fucking COD Elite. What the fuck? am I that old? COD Elite? That's not even a fucking thing anymore. COD Elite or league play or whatever the fuck it's called, ranked play. Like, unless you're doing that shit, there's really no point in a public match to run like something crazy, some crazy team play fucking loadout, because most of your team is probably not going to be running that shit. They're going to be going for their challenges, doing the headshots, doing that. And if you have people doing that in a conquest match in Battlefield 6, they don't care about the objective, you're gonna lose. So at that point, you might as well just start doing your challenges too. And then the enemy team thinks that they got a leg up on you because your team is barely even trying. So that made you not really try. And they're like, "Oh, GG, easy, blah blah blah." It's like, come on, dude. Unfortunately, if this was a good Battlefield game, we would all be, at least trying somewhat and not going for fucking stupid challenges. But, some people, including myself, do the challenges and you just fucking sit there and either try to get shotgun kills or try to get sniper kills or try to damage enemies with vehicles or whatever the fuck. And you're not really worried about the objective. You don't give a fuck about that. And that lowers the quality of gameplay for not only you, but for your teammates because you're just not doing shit for anybody. And yeah, that's the state of Battlefield 6. And I needed to get that off my chest and just kind of rant about that a little bit. Sorry if it was all over the place, but I appreciate you guys for watching and listening. And if you want to leave a like or whatever, thanks. Have a good one.